What it do? Mic check 1 2 1 2. This is T Word, the People's Champ with the Mic Check Podcast. Thanks for tapping in. Today we're talking about why I personally, T Word, do not have a pound for pound list. Why I don't even discuss pound for pound, why I don't write pound for pound. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate that feedback. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and tap into this one. This is going to be a quick one because I have my own reasoning for why I personally don't argue people's pound for pound list and why I don't actually have my own pound for pound list. The biggest reason is because the definition of pound for pound has changed, and then it varies, and it's flexible based on the person who's making the list. If you don't do a panel where you can have some objective discourse before the list is created, and you don't have a very specific set of criteria, there's a good chance that you're going to get a list that's highly debatable by the average person. And typically these lists include more preference than anything. And I mean, it really is. If we're talking about what pound for pound really means, and it's super simple to me, pound for pound for me is, do your skills translate at any weight class? So you look at somebody like the person that's on the screen, Terrence Crawford. This is a pound for pound fighter because not only has he actually shown that his skills translate from weight class to weight class, all the tools in his tool bag will work at different weight classes. You could send him down to 122 and he's going to be effective down there. You could send him up to 175. Those skills are going to work. That's pound for pound for me. When you start to add in other criteria such as activity level and basically resume, you start to chip away at what pound for pound actually is. I don't think either of those things really matter. Pound for pound is strictly about your skills. Now, yes, your resume is often a reflection of your skill set, but your performances are the actual reflection, because you could have a bad style matchup, and while your skill set might look great against all of these different people, there's certain people that are going to make it like an ugly fight for you. So there's some different variables there that you have to play into it. That's why I personally don't rank a pound for pound, and I don't believe heavyweight should be on there. A lot of times heavyweights don't train at the same things, because you have to think the people that are at every weight class below heavyweight have to actually typically cut weight to get to the class they want to fight at, or they have to get a certain amount of weight gain to get into a class. So that means that they've already added an element of dehydration and rehydration that heavyweights don't have to deal with. So I don't see a reason for them to be in the list. And they're just the biggest weight class. Everybody else has to manufacture and modify different elements of their body's performance based on where they want to compete, based on what weight they're competing at. And then those skills are able to translate up and down the scale. You know, when I look at guys like Shakur Stevenson, Terrence Crawford, Naoya Inoue, Chocolatito, you think of Floyd back in the day. These are all people that have shown skills at different weight classes. And it's like, okay, you could do that against pretty much anybody because your physical tools are enough, and we don't have to add or take anything away for you to be in a good fight at a different weight class. Now, for me, I will be publishing a preferred fighter list. And let me preface this with this statement. It's my own personal choices. So you could debate it all day. I'm probably not going to argue your perspective because it's my preferred fighter, meaning I could say I like this person's style of, the way that they throw jabs or their footwork only. I prefer that. You might see almost all boxer punchers on my pound for pound list. You probably will see less pressure fighters, because outside of just Errol Spence, who's just somebody I prefer as a fighter, most guys that are pressure fighters, they don't really always give me the fights I like to see. I like to see other things from them. So when my list comes out, you're going to see some things that you're going to want to debate, but you're just debating my opinion, and I don't have to stand on that. I don't have to argue with you about my opinion. And that's why I don't debate people's pound for pound list, because they've become more opinion based and less based on what pound for pound actually is. So we'd love to get you guys' thoughts. Do you rank a pound for pound list? Do you think I'm crazy that I don't have one? And what do you think about my concept of a preferred fighter list instead? So this has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next time I'm out. Peace.